Hello, Internet. It is I, the Malik Aaron, and welcome back to Box Office Predictions. Today, we're going to be talking about Saturday Night. So, as usual, we're going to be going over the pros and cons. So, let's get to it. Pros. Okay. So, this is obviously about Saturday Night Live and its origin. It's happened in 1975. So, literally, next year, Saturday Night Live is going to be 50 years old, half a century old. That is crazy, but it's true. So it's been around for that long. And the 50 years it's been a thing is, been very successful. An endless amount of big stars have come from Saturday Night Live. The list is just way too long. I am not about to go over every name because we'd be here literally for like an hour at least. But some names I can think of off the top of my head, Adam Sandler, Will Ferrell, Eddie Murphy, a good amount of comedians these days, say like Pete Davidson, SNL, Kristen Wiig, SNL, Melissa McCarthy was Melissa McCarthy? Yeah, she was on SNL. I know that. Yeah, like a stupid amount of people have been involved in SNL and have used that. Andy Samberg, just another one I named off the top of my head that have been successful careers, after SNL. And even some SNL stuff has, made it's been like adapted into like separate movies, like say, Wayne's World, for example. That another one, Blues Brothers. I know there's some other SNL movies out there. I know there's MacGruber, but nobody saw that. It's kind of become like a cult classic though. But yeah, like yeah, SNL is there's been quite a few SNL movies I'm seeing right here. The only ones that really made an impact were like Wayne's World and Blues Brothers. That's kind of it. So yeah, but yeah, Saturday Night Live has been like a cornerstone. I know NBC, they've had it for like so long. It's a cornerstone, like their history, and just in pop culture in general. Some of the most iconic. Saturday Night Live's given us like some iconic comedy sketches that are still talked about this day, still memed on to this day. So yeah, Saturday Night Live, being around as long as it has, I'm gonna label that as a pro. Plus, brand name recognition, obviously. So that's pro number one. Pro number two, reviews for this movie are very good. Has a 80% critic score, 89% audience score. Its cinema score is a B plus, which is fine. That's okay. If it got any lower, then this movie would be in serious trouble. But word of mouth overall is pretty good across the board, so that's a pro. Another pro. Let's look at the cast here just to see. I see some recognizable faces in here. Like I know, Willem Dafoe's in this thing. J.K. Simmons as well. Obviously, both known for Spider Man, Green Goblin, and J. Jonah Jameson. But obviously, they've been way more stuff. Like those two have been in pretty much everything at this point. Like who else we got? I know Dylan O'Brien. I know him. He's been in quite a few movies, mainly like The Maze Runner, where he unfortunately got injured during the third movie. He had to get like facial reconstructive surgery. So, but wait, huh? Why is he labeled as Bumble? Did he do the voice for Bumblebee? I don't. Okay, that's kind of weird. Yeah, I say Dylan O'Brien's like recognizable. Yeah, like him. There's Finn Wolfhard, who's mainly known for his role in Stranger Things. It's also in the recent Ghostbusters movies, Afterlife and Frozen Empire. So, and in It, the It movies. So, yeah, yeah, him. bunch of other people here that I don't really know for sure what they've been in. But there's some recognizable people here. So I say overall, I say there's a recognizable enough cast. So I'm gonna label that as a pro. I guess another pro is its limited run went pretty well compared to like a lot of movies this year. It had a per theater average of 54K. Like that's the type of per theater average like you want. Ideally, you want like 100K or something close to that. But 54K isn't bad. And its second weekend expanded 21 theaters, like 12K. So it's not terrible. So yeah, I say it had a fairly, all right, limited run. So that's a pro, I guess. And I think that's it with pros. Okay, cons. Saturday Night Live, even though it's been around for so long, popularity wise, like it's obviously hit its peak a long time ago. These days, it's just kind of there. Like it exists. Like when it's on Saturday night, it's on, and then that's just kind of it. No one really pays that much attention to it unless like some big guest shows up or something. Like I remember like a few years ago when Elon Musk hosted Night Live. I never saw that episode. What I heard is an absolute disaster. It was really bad. I remember everyone talking about that. And there's like the Saturday Night Live episode that I always wanted to see because I heard how horrible it was. The one hosted by Steven Seagal. I've heard about that one. I've seen clips, and I feel like I need to watch that whole thing one day. Because I can watch Saturday Night Live like on Peacock because I have Peacock, but but I don't know. One day I will watch the Steven Seagal Saturday Night Live episode. I will definitely watch that. But yeah, Saturday Night Live, it's not as like popular, nowhere near as popular as it once was. So like, if this came out like say 10, 20 years ago, I feel like it would have a better chance of success. But in like 2024, the 2020s, Saturday Night Live, it's just not relevant. It's not as relevant as it once was. So that's a big problem. So that's a con. Another con is the fact that there's just a serious like, audience disinterest in pretty much everything this weekend, with the lone exception of Terrifier 3. So it's just pure audience disinterest. No one was really like hyped for this movie. There was no real like buzz, no real like strong energy surrounding it. A lot of these movies, like they don't feel like movies that you really should go, should leave your house and pay to see. They don't really have that vibe. They feel like movies that like you're on Netflix one day or whatever streaming service you use and you're scrolling and you see it and you're like, huh, yeah, I guess I'll watch that. Like that's what it feels like. It feels like it would do way better on streaming than it would like in a movie theater. More people would watch it on streaming comparatively. So yeah, just the fact this doesn't feel like an event in the slightest, which is a problem a lot of movies this weekend have. That's a con. Just that lack of event feels led to like audience disinterest, and yeah, that's a big con. Another con is that there's too many movies coming out this weekend. There's like 5 in wide release. That's too many. Not to mention there's already movies that have been out, like Wild Robot and Joker 2, which is gonna die this weekend. um, yeah, there's just a lot of movies out right now. There's only so many dollars to get. So yeah, just general competition, that's a con. And is that it? I think so. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it. So, opening weekend, from the early numbers I've seen, this is projected to hit 4 million, which is very much not good. um, so I guess I'm gonna stick with that 4 million. This final total, like it could hit like 10 to 15 million, maybe. which is still terrible considering his budget. I think it was like 30 mil, I think, how much this cost. So it literally has the same fate as the Steve Jobs biopic from like 2015, a movie that I really like, mainly because of who wrote it, Aaron Sorkin, and like the way he writes dialogue is like really good. And that movie, despite all the acclaim that it got, no one gave a shit about it, and it just died out there. And the same thing is happening with this. So this is proof positive that quality, sometimes quality doesn't mean a damn thing. So yeah, yeah. So yeah, so that's it. Uh, that's it for Saturday night. Now we got one more movie to talk about. The one movie people actually care about, and that's Terrifier 3. And then we'll be done for the weekend. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, that's it. That's all. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, share the whole drill. You want to check out more videos like this? You got playlists. You got, it's on the play. Yeah, ugh. I'm losing my train of thought. Want to watch any of my past prediction videos this year, past few years, it's on the playlist. Go right ahead and watch it. There's also box office recaps where I go over the box office results for any particular month. My September recap will come out next week. My October recap won't be until the first or second weekend of November, depending on like how I feel. So yeah, it'll be within that time. So yeah, stay tuned for both of those videos. But if you want to watch any of the past recap videos I made on the channel, you can go right ahead. There's also box office, the canceled series where I go over all the movies that are supposed to come out but didn't. I've never talked about Saturday Night ever. At least not in, and it wasn't like a main focus in a video. But I made 250 episodes of Canceled. You want to watch any of those episodes from beginning to end? You want to binge them all? Go right ahead. And yeah, that's it. That's all. I am out. Goodbye.